You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Welcome in, y'all. 7:01 is your time. Thanks for joining us for the 48 Fastcast. It is a chillier start today. That sunrise looking beautiful.
Yeah, even though it's a little cold outside, you see that sun shining bright. It's going to warm things up just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of early sunshine today, and then kind of becoming a little bit gloomy again. We'll have more clouds rolling in by late morning into the afternoon. That cloud cover is going to limit our warming a bit, and we only hit highs in the mid-70s. I'm not complaining. I like mid-70s. I think that's the kind of the ideal temperature there, and that's what we've got coming for your Friday. A little bit warmer through the weekend, and then we are back well above average as we go into next work and school week. We've got our only chance of rain on your 10-day forecast today, and just go ahead, just lower all expectations of actually seeing rainfall. This is going to be pockets of drizzle, mist, maybe a few sprinkles towards Sand Mountain, developing by late morning into the afternoon, early evening. Behind the front that came through yesterday, very dry stretch of weather. We've got dew points probably in the 40s to mid 50s. Temperatures this morning, this is going to be the big thing though, upper 40s to mid 50s. And you look at the temperature change compared to the same time on Wednesday morning, we are 15 to 20 degrees cooler.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
A traffic update for you. All major roads look pretty good right now. 565. We've had two big concerns here this morning. This vehicle fire. This is at 72. Investigation still taking place. Enterprise Drive. And we also had an accident on Mountain Gap Road. That has been cleared now. Here are your drive times. Up to 41 minutes from Athens to Huntsville here this morning. Jonathan?
All right, thanks, Jeff. Well, breaking news just into the newsroom. 2 people are dead following 2 separate wrecks that happened in Huntsville. HIMSI officials tell us the first accident happened on the Parkway in Mythwood Drive just before 3 a.m. That's near Mountain Gap Road, and we're told a woman died there. No word on her identity. The second crash happened on University Drive and Mythwood Drive just after 4 a.m. The identity of that person has not been released. Also this morning, an attempted murder suspect has been arrested by Morgan County deputies. Now, Colton Bone was booked into the Morgan County Jail just after 9 p.m. The sheriff's office tells us Bone was wanted in connection with the domestic incident that happened on Tuesday. Deputies announced yesterday that he had last been seen in the Somerville area. No word on where he was arrested, though. He's being held on a $150,000 bond.
A lawyer representing the family of a victim involved in a boat crash on Smith Lake is opening up about this case. 3 people were killed in that crash during a Major League Fishing tournament earlier this year. A wrongful death lawsuit was filed by one of the victims' wives. Professional angler Flint Davis is also facing manslaughter and assault charges in connection with the case. An attorney representing one of the victims' families told our sister station in Birmingham the Coleman County DA did the right thing by seeking charges against Davis.
We were shocked, quite frankly, to learn that Mr. Davis did not have a boating license or boating safety certificate, not only for Alabama, but his home state. And then when we think about how the tournament organizers failed to provide for the safety of the public and others on the waterway, it seems consistent that they're not even checking the folks who are fishing in their tournament to see if they're even properly licensed.
The attorney says Davis's attorney says while his fishing license was expired, his boating license and all other certifications were up to date. He is currently out of jail on bond. The former owner of a Red Bay daycare where a 4-month-old died is now charged with manslaughter in the case. Jail records show Angeline Chambly is now facing more than 24 other charges as well. The charges include several counts of possession of a forged instrument and forgery. Chambly owned the Tiny Tigers daycare where Autumn Wells was found dead in 2022. 4 other daycare employees were also charged in connection with her death. Chambly was released on bond yesterday afternoon.
Now to another suspect to keep your radar on. The Joe Wheeler EMC is offering a $1,000 reward for information on the person responsible for cutting an expensive fiber line. Now, this happened in the Town Creek area near the Handy Mart on Highway 101 and County Road 184. Authorities believe it was cut by someone looking for copper. Now, officials say this has been a persistent issue as of late, even though fiber optic cable does not contain any copper or anything of resale value. The Lawrence County Sheriff's Office asks that you contact them with any information regarding the damage.
Still to come, we take you inside one of Huntsville's newest attractions. Stay with us. One of Huntsville's newest attractions continues to grow. The Signals Museum has added new sights and sounds along with more hands-on learning.
Yeah, organizers are also creating STEM labs for children to learn more about technology. Leaders here tell us that it's always been the goal of the museum. They don't just want you to observe, but they want you to experience what's inside. Now, for those who haven't been inside before, Signals explores the evolution of communication. Visitors can expect to see technology 100 years old or more. There are also interactive exhibits set in different eras of technology. Now, coming soon to the museum, upgraded STEM classrooms. We're told that those will continue through the museum's push to inspire hands-on learning. This continues as its founder's vision for the space.
He wanted people to be educated, and not just kids, but adults as well. So it's not just things you see on a shelf, it's things you interact and you learn. And most people, especially children, learn by doing. So he wanted it to be as hands-on as possible.
The museum received grant money to add the STEM classrooms. Inside, they'll teach circuitry, coding, electricity, and more.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
All right, starting off on a cooler note here this morning. Jacket, sweatshirt, probably a pretty smart choice when you're heading out to work or taking the kids to school if they're not on fall break. This is our only day that brings any hope of seeing any showers. It'll be very light sprinkles, maybe just pockets of drizzle. Sunny, dry stretch of days coming Friday through the weekend and all of next work week. That's why new drought monitor comes out later today, and it will be interesting to see what it shows. Comes out around 7:30 or so. Wind today out of the east and northeast. We've got more clouds really starting to build in by late morning into the afternoon and evening. Skies becoming mainly cloudy to maybe even overcast. I mentioned some of those sprinkles or pockets of drizzle kind of favoring areas along the state line towards Sand Mountain. We'll see a little bit of clearing overnight. Here's a good look at the parkway on our Fly HSV Delta Cam. If you're taking the kids to the park or the playground early this morning, I'd put a coat on them of some kind, but really turns out to be a beautiful day across the Tennessee Valley, even with the increasing clouds. We've got a nice stretch too into the weekend next week and the last day under 10-day, the Liz Hurley Ribbon Run. As of right now, things look good for the runners and walkers.
Love to see that.
Yeah, looking good. All right, thanks for joining us for the 48 Fastcast. Keep it on 48 for more news, weather, and traffic all throughout the morning. Have a good one.